everyone for coming. This is a August meeting of the council. Will you do a roll call?
Lyndon Baines.
Here.
Charles Cooper.
Here.
Becky Duncan.
Here.
Vanessa Matthews.
Here.
Elizabeth Pendergrass.
Here.
All are present.
Okay, the minutes. Would you read the minutes, please?
Regular meeting, July 2018. Be it remembered that the Board of Mayor and Aldermen met in regular monthly session Monday, July 9th, 2018 at 6 p.m. at City Hall in Jamestown, Tennessee, when the following proceedings were had and entered of record to wit. Present and presiding, the Honorable Darlene Mundy Davis, Mayor, Gail Dishman, City Recorder, and on a roll call by the City Recorder, the following members of the Board were present: Lyndon Baines, Becky Duncan, Charles Cooper, Vanessa Matthews, and Elizabeth Pendergrass. Mayor Davis called the meeting to order and welcomed everyone for attending. The minutes from the previous meeting were read, and on a motion by Vanessa Matthews, seconded by Lyndon Baines, the Board on a roll call vote approved the minutes from June 2018 meeting with a motion by Vanessa Matthews to amend the minutes to have Ordinance 1680, City Recorder Pay, amended to state hourly and to include in this motion, wait a minute, amended to from salary to hourly, and in this motion, Ordinance 1800, the budget 2018-19 to read pay raises for all employees, and on a roll call vote approved it 4-1 with Vanessa Matthews voting against. Alderwoman Matthews stated she wanted on record that the dollar across the board was not given to all employees, that some was giving more, and with the understanding that the budget numbers were correct. Alderwoman Pendergrass stated it reflected in the budget. It was in the packet for the first budget meeting, in the employee's wage statement showing the difference. Alderman Baines stated that the board discussed City Recorder's pay separately. Tony Thompson from the public asked why change the City Recorder from salary to hourly. Mayor Davis replied that she works many hours, she is on call around the clock, she does more than her job states and needs to be compensated for it. Ms. Thompson replied that she knew what the pay was when she ran for office, and the board stated she was appointed, not elected, and has been in the position for a long time. Mayor Davis stated, because I think she deserves it. Mayor Davis then asked, were there any more discussion? If not, let us move on to the next item on the agenda. Mayor Davis then asked, was there anyone from the floor that had any grievances, and there were none. Mayor Davis then reported that City Recorder had checked with TDOT and FAA about renting lots out at the 127 sale at the airport, and they approved as long as it was not inside the fence, that it was on the property that the airport purchased last, and that all lots rented out was same size, same amount. Mayor Davis then stated that the Jamboree was coming up on August 4th from 1 to 9. Tom Bennett with Bennett's Associate gave the engineer report. Bob Lane, the city building inspector, gave the building and codes report. Bailey Allred, city attorney, then gave the attorney report. Steve Brown, Park and Rec superintendent, then gave the update. The bathrooms at the community center had been finished today. He also spoke about the $5,000 grant that the health department gave the city park to update the basketball court, and that Jim Buck was working to get donations to match the grant. Mayor Davis then stated that she was working on a committee to work on a project for the city cemetery. That would consist of replacing old stones that may be missing, a walking trail from the courthouse to the cemetery, and a fence around it. On a motion by Vanessa Matthews, seconded by Lyndon Baines, the board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, approved paving bid for the Rogers Group for $132,110.85. Mayor Davis wanted to state on record and to the public that while they were here paving Taylor Avenue, that she was having her driveway paved, and she wanted the citizens to know that by no means was the city paying for this, she was paying for her driveway. On a motion by Elizabeth Pendergrass, seconded by Charles Cooper, the board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, approved to add to the agenda the Planning Commission seat vacancy. On a motion by Charles Cooper, seconded by Elizabeth Pendergrass, the board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, with Lyndon Baines recusing himself, approved for the mayor to add Lyndon Baines to the vacancy of the alderman seat on the Planning Commission. On a motion by Becky Duncan, second by Charles Cooper, the board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, approved the purchase of a Polaris side-by-side from a city employee to be added to the agenda. On a motion by Lyndon Baines, second by Vanessa Matthews, the board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, approved the purchase of a side-by-side Polaris for $8,500 from a city employee for the Park and Recs Department. On a motion by Charles Cooper, second by Vanessa Matthews, the board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, approved to add to the agenda approval of lots to be rented at the airport for the 127 sale. On a motion by Becky Duncan, seconded by Charles Cooper, the board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, approved to rent the lots 50 by 100 at the airport for the 127 sale at $100 each for the week. On a motion by Charles Cooper, seconded by Lyndon Baines, the board on a roll call vote, 4 for and 1 against, Vanessa Matthew voting against, the board approved ordinance 1800 for 2018-19 budget on the second and final reading, which includes the dollar raise across the board and the city recorder pay change from salary to hourly. On a motion by Charles Cooper, seconded by Elizabeth Pendergrass, the board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, approved financials for June. On a motion by Lyndon Baines, seconded by Elizabeth Pendergrass, the board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, approved the bills to be paid for June in the amount of $397,609.81. With no further business on a motion by Becky Duncan, seconded by Charles Cooper, the board voted to adjourn.
Are there any questions or any discussion about the minutes? If not, then I need a motion to approve the minutes as read.
I make the motion.
Motion made by Lyndon Baines.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Okay, seconded by Charles Cooper. Do a roll call.
Lyndon Baines.
4.
Charles Cooper.
4.
Becky Duncan.
4.
Vanessa Matthews.
4.
Elizabeth Pendergrass.
4.
All for, none against.
Okay. Are there, okay, we need to do the approval of special call minutes from July the 19th. So would you read those minutes, please?
Special call meeting. Be it remembered that the Board of Mayor and Aldermen met in special called session on Thursday, July 19th, 2018 at 5 p.m. at the City Hall in Jamestown when the following proceedings were had and entered of record to wit. Present and presiding, the Honorable Darlene Davis, Mayor, Gail Dishman, Recorder, and the following members of the board present: Lyndon Baines, Charles Cooper, Becky Duncan, Vanessa Matthews. Absent was Elizabeth Pendergrass. Mayor Davis called the meeting to order and read the official call for the special called meeting's purpose. After a discussion of the CDBG sewer project, on a motion by Charles Cooper, seconded by Lyndon Baines, the board on a roll call vote, all for, none against, with Alderwoman Pendergrass absent, approved Portland Construction low bidders on the CDBG sewer rehab project for $604,170.75. With no further business, on motion by Lyndon Baines, seconded by Charles Cooper, the board voted to adjourn.
Okay, I need a motion to approve the special call meeting minutes.
I make a motion to approve it.
Motion made by Charles Cooper. Is there any discussion? If none, then I need a second on it.
I'll second it.
Second by Elizabeth Pendergrass. Do a roll call.
Lyndon Baines.
4.
Charles Cooper.
4.
Becky Duncan.
4.
Vanessa Matthews.
4.
Elizabeth Pendergrass.
4.
All for, none against.
Okay, passes. Is that all we had on? Okay, wasn't on there. Okay, next we have up, this is our time that if there's anyone, citizens need to speak or whatever, do I have anyone wanting to address this, the council? Okay, If not, then I'll move on. There's quite a bit that has been happening with the city. One of the things is you see a trophy sitting in the middle of the table up there in front of Alderman Cooper. And this is for the best tasting water in the state out of 150 plus cities, each with 9 to 12 samples. The city of Jamestown won the state contest and will be going to Washington, D.C. in February of 2019 to represent the state of Tennessee in the nation's water testing contest. This is the first time that a city also out of Memphis area has not won. So West Tennessee is well known for winning a lot of awards. So we are so proud and of our crew of Chris Ramsey, Jonathan McCoy, Steve McCoy, Gail, every staff member on all those crews. This takes a teamwork to get anything done and to do it well and get approval for doing a job well done by your peers and cohorts and people of your county and city. City of Jamestown couldn't be any prouder of them, and we thank you so much for a job well done and appreciate it very much. And I've said it many times, it doesn't matter which department, they're all doing their jobs. And that is what I don't have to worry about. I know I can count on them, and they're doing their jobs, and they're doing them well, and they're taking pride in them. And getting an award like this is just unreal for us. And just think it will be competing against the nation when go to Washington. So we just might be the best tasting water in the whole United States by then, which we are hoping for. So thank you very much, folks. Appreciate it. I would also like to let you know that we are working with a new program with UCHRA, and it's something, if a lot of you will remember the CETA program, it's something like that. And but it is for ages 18 through 24 to get job experience, and the program pays them for 500 hours of work. Also working with the high school work program, where we will have a senior working with us doing different jobs like filing, cleaning, 2 hours a day at 10 hours a week until December. So we're glad and thankful to be able to coordinate with UCHRA and high school and anybody that's putting anybody to work. We appreciate that. Okay, I'll hear the city engineer.
Really just a short report on the CDBG project. Of course, we met in a special call meeting almost, I guess, close to a month ago, 3 weeks ago. And probably a day or two after that, we sent the package into the state, so we've not heard back. So they've had it for about 3 weeks on just waiting for their concurrence of your award. So once that happens, then we'll be ready to proceed into construction. So just wait on that.
Okay, is there any questions of him? Anybody like to ask or anything? Okay. All right, we'll move on to the city building report.
Two or three things, inspected the house today, but the Appalachian Relief deal, there's a group that's been coming up here and building porches and decks and just helping people that's handicapped, making their porches and stuff more accessible. Fentress County does not have a building program, so I volunteered to do it. And they just wanted to thank the city. I come up here and worked today here about a week or so ago and inspected all their porches and rolled up the reports and decks and stuff. And they want to thank the city of Jamestown for helping them do that. They needed that to be able to further the program in the next year. Also, I had a call, had a couple calls that they're getting ready to build a 10,000 square foot building up here for retail. I don't know exactly what it's going to be, wouldn't tell me, but it's definitely going to happen in the very near future. They're actually doing the design now, so that'll be a new business that'll be open here in Jamestown.
Where's the
It'll be
location?
over close to Hardee's, over there around that area, and then they'll close that.
Okay,
That's all I have.
All righty.
I've been following up on some code warnings that I've been writing, so followed up on that.
okay.
That's all I have.
Our city attorney is unable to be here tonight due to a prior engagement, so we will move on to old business. First on the agenda is the budget amendment. No, I skipped, I'm sorry. Old business, I'm sorry. Yeah, budget amendments, okay. I've got two papers I'm looking from here, and so it kind of confuse me sometimes. Okay, Gail, do you want to explain anything about that? Or
This, as I was saying in the workshop, this is where the columns, when I brought them over, didn't add up correctly. Carol and I sat down and went over both of them, the first and second budgets that you've had. And like I was telling you, your second budget will reflect these numbers, but when I went to save it and send it to Carolyn, she still had the first draft. So we went and sat down, and then, of course, that 35,000 that I talked about will be in the gas. That was the only, far as that change in the revenue, it should have been right there in the gas. We talked about it, we had it there, it was in my old notes, they're here. I just didn't get it in the gas. So we were asking just for approval to amend those, so the final budget's there, as you'll see it, and how it goes into the system, so.
this is to amend the changes
Yes, just were the corrections that we made that did not add up correctly.
to amend the corrections to the numbers.
Yes.
Okay. Do I hear a motion to approve, to amend the corrections to the numbers
I
on
make a motion.
budget? Motion made by Charles Cooper. Is there any more discussion about it? If not, do I hear a second?
I second it.
Second by Elizabeth Pendergrass. Roll call.
Lyndon Baines.
4.
Charles Cooper.
4.
Becky Duncan.
4.
Vanessa Matthews.
4.
Elizabeth Pendergrass.
For it.
All 4 and against.
Motion passes. Next is approval of 2017-2018 audit for the auditors to start per their contract.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, it's still the same contract.
I make a motion.
Okay, motion's been made by Charles to,
And the
just a second, to approve the audit, the contract for our new auditors. Okay, do I hear any more discussion? Okay, I need a second.
I second it.
Seconded by Elizabeth Pendergrass. Do a roll call.
Lyndon Baines.
4.
Charles Cooper. Becky Duncan.
4.
Vanessa Matthews. 4. Elizabeth Pendergrass.
For it.
All 4, none against.
Okay, now we're to the new business. Motion passes.
Need a motion to adjourn?
Not yet, afraid not. We'll have to hold up, we'll hold on to the reins, say,
He must
whoa,
have-
mule, whoa.
He must have missed his nap today.
Okay, under new business, this is,
Yeah, I know it.
is approval to ask for bid for a tractor for the water plant. So, I need a motion to put out the bids for a tractor at the water plant.
I'll make the motion.
Motion been made by Lyndon Baines. Are there any discussions? Anybody have any questions? They need to ask of Chris. Okay, seconded by Charles Cooper. Roll call.
Lyndon Baines.
4.
Charles Cooper.
For it.
Becky Duncan.
4.
Vanessa Matthews. 4. Elizabeth Pendergrass.
For it.
All 4, none against.
Okay, and the next one is also, they're asking for a motion to put out bids for a backhoe and a sewer truck for the water and sewer plant. And do I hear a motion on that?
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
Motion made by Becky Duncan. Is there any discussion on it? And who seconded?
Okay.
Seconded by Charles Cooper. Roll call.
Lyndon Baines.
4.
Charles Cooper.
For it.
Becky Duncan.
4.
Vanessa Matthews.
4.
Elizabeth Pendergrass.
For it.
All 4, none against.
Okay, motion passes. Okay, and next is the approval of the financial statement for July 2018. I'll let Gail read them all.
General fund is $435,702.79. Water and sewer fund is $998,740.64. The gas fund is $1,757,602.18, with a grand total of $3,192,045.61.
Okay. I need a motion to approve the financial statement for July 2018. Do I hear a motion?
I make a motion.
Motion made by Charles Cooper. Is there any discussion? Okay, do I hear a second?
I second it.
Second by Elizabeth Pendergrass. Do a roll call.
Lyndon Baines.
4.
Charles Cooper.
For it.
Becky Duncan.
4.
Vanessa Matthews.
4.
Elizabeth Pendergrass.
For it.
All 4, none against.
Okay, motion carries. Next is approval of the bills for July 2018. Gail will read them all.
All bills are $390,941.72, which includes the natural gas bill.
Okay, do I hear a motion to approve?
I make a motion to approve.
Motion made by Charles Cooper to approve. Is there any discussion? Okay, do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Lyndon Baines. Do a roll call, please.
Lyndon Baines.
4.
Charles Cooper.
For it.
Becky Duncan.
4.
Vanessa Matthews.
4.
Elizabeth Pendergrass.
For it.
All 4, none against.
Motion carries. That's it, okay. All right, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Becky Duncan. Any discussion? Motion made by Becky Duncan, seconded by Charles Cooper. All in favor say yea.
Yay.
All opposed say nay. All right, meeting adjourned.